In a world where ancient prophecies collide with modern geopolitics, the mere mention of Jerusalem sends shockwaves through the global stage. Benjamin Netanyahu's final warning has ignited a curiosity that transcends borders, drawing attention to prophecies foretelling the end of days. Jerusalem, a city woven into the fabric of Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, becomes the epicenter of a cosmic drama. The ambition to resurrect the Third Temple springs from age-old biblical predictions, sparking spirited debates within the Jewish community. Yet, amidst the theological fervor, the path to reconstruction is fraught with challenges. From political minefields to the birth of a rare red heifer, each element weaving a tale of determination, collaboration, and delicate diplomacy. As Rabbi Mamo orchestrates a ceremony during Passover, the world watches the intricate dance between ancient prophecies and the complex political realities of our time, anticipating a climax that may shape the destiny of nations. The idea of rebuilding the Third Temple isn't new. It comes from old predictions in the Bible, especially in the book of Daniel. People in Jewish communities talk a lot about what these predictions mean and how they connect to the end of the world. Different folks have different ideas about what these predictions say and what rebuilding the temple means for the future. Believing that these predictions will come true is a big part of why people are so interested in rebuilding the temple. It's like a crucial piece in a bigger story that many people are trying to understand and follow. Rebuilding the Third Temple faces many tough challenges, covering everything from political issues to the history and practical problems on the Temple Mount. This place is super important to both Muslims and Jews, making it a hot spot for tensions over time. Whenever someone tries to change how things are there, it causes big arguments and strong resistance. People worry a lot about keeping a delicate balance so that everyone can get along peacefully. The struggle to figure out how to make things work on the Temple Mount shows how tricky it is to respect everyone's beliefs and history while trying to make important changes. Jerusalem's situation is pretty complicated due to politics, making the whole temple rebuilding effort even trickier. Both Israelis and Palestinians say the city is their capital, causing a lot of disagreement. The history and religious ties to the land make talks about the Temple Mount really touchy. People feel strongly about it, which adds emotional weight to any conversation or action. To handle these touchy political issues, it's crucial to be careful and gentle in approach. This helps prevent things from getting worse in a region where tensions are already high. So finding a solution needs patience and understanding to respect everyone's feelings and beliefs. Rebuilding the temple has some real-world problems that shouldn't be overlooked. The Temple Mount is a special place for Islam, hosting the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Dome of the Rock, which are really important to Muslims. If anyone wants to build something there, it needs super careful planning. Making sure the current buildings stay safe and keeping a good balance so everyone's religious places are respected is crucial. Construction work needs to be done with extreme care to make sure everything stays in harmony. It's like a puzzle where each piece, or in this case, each structure, needs to fit perfectly without causing any trouble or changing things too much. A really important moment in the journey to rebuild the Third Temple happened when a red heifer was born in Israel. This is a rare and super important element needed for temple sacrifices, as per what's written in the Bible. People work together a lot to grow farmlands and make a natural place in Israel for these red heifers to be born and raised. This teamwork is a big deal and marks a special moment in the whole process of trying to rebuild the temple. It's like reaching a milestone, showing that people are serious about following the traditions and making sure everything is just right for the temple's comeback. Getting a red heifer for temple sacrifices is a team effort where people work together on special projects. They focus on growing farmlands and making a good environment for breeding these red heifers. It's a really careful process that needs experts in taking care of animals, known as animal husbandry. But it's not just about taking care of animals. It's also about showing how much people are committed to following the detailed instructions in the Bible. The teamwork involved in this meticulous process is a way for individuals and communities to express their dedication to meeting all the specific requirements laid out in the biblical texts. It's like a shared goal that brings everyone together for a common purpose. When they start planning a ceremony with the red heifer, political tensions rise because it clashes with Muslim control of the Temple Mount. Both groups have strong religious ties to this special place. This creates a tricky situation where everyone needs to be careful and skillful in their diplomacy. The challenge is finding a way for both sides to do their ceremonies on the same sacred ground without causing more problems. It's like walking a tightrope, needing a delicate touch to respect everyone's freedom to practice their religion, while honoring the diverse religious history of the region. It's a tough balancing act, making sure everyone feels included and respected in this shared space. Rabbi Mamo becomes an important person in handling the tricky political problems linked to the reconstruction efforts. His idea to have a red heifer ceremony at Passover in 2024 shows how he's dealing with the complex mix of religious traditions and real-world politics. The rabbi's way of doing things highlights how he's dedicated to building understanding and teamwork, even when faced with long-standing historical and religious gaps. Instead of letting differences get in the way, he's trying to bring people together and make sure everyone can cooperate, even if they don't agree on everything. It's like he's doing a careful dance, working through challenges with a goal of unity and cooperation in mind. In the Jewish community, talking about rebuilding the Third Temple has started some big discussions about religious ideas. People in different groups have different ways of understanding what the Bible says about the future, and this brings up lots of viewpoints on how important and when the reconstruction should happen. These talks inside the community add a lot of depth and complexity to the overall story about rebuilding the temple. It's like everyone is bringing their own thoughts to the table, making the whole conversation rich with diverse perspectives. So, while they all share the same goal, the journey to rebuild the temple is filled with varied beliefs and ideas within the Jewish community. Talking about the Third Temple naturally brings up bigger talks about Armageddon and the end of the world. In the book of Daniel and other parts of the Bible, people find signs pointing to a huge battle between good and evil. This connection of religious ideas with what's happening in the world adds another layer of complexity to the story. People are trying to understand how their beliefs fit into the real world and what might happen in the future. It's like a puzzle where everyone is figuring out how their faith ties into the bigger picture, and it's a big deal because they're expecting a really important event that goes beyond just what one group believes. In the twilight of prophecy and the dawn of potential reconstruction, the journey towards rebuilding the Third Temple is a captivating saga that unearths the intersection of faith, politics, and destiny. As discussions echo through the hallowed halls of religious beliefs, the global audience remains transfixed by the unfolding narrative in Jerusalem. The birth of a red heifer stands as a symbol, not only of rare occurrence, but also of the collaborative spirit driving ancient traditions into a contemporary context. Rabbi Mamo's Passover ceremony becomes a microcosm of hope and understanding amidst delicate political landscapes. Whether rooted in interpretations of the Book of Daniel or discussions of Armageddon, the tale transcends religious boundaries, inviting contemplation on the timeless quest for meaning and the intricate dance between ancient foresight and the ever-evolving tapestry of human existence. As the story unfolds, the world remains captivated, awaiting the next chapter in this remarkable journey through prophecy and possibility.